Well, guys, you wanted a signing. We have a real signing to discuss today. This isn't rumor. This isn't innuendo. This isn't wish list stuff. This is official stuff today. We're talking a confirmation signing. So for some of you that don't like the rumor videos, this is what you came for, all right? So this is what you've been asking for. This is what you're going to get. We're going to talk about a signing that Leeds United have announced today. We're going to get into the quotes. We're going to get into the article and everything else in between, and especially your thoughts. That's why I'm going live for this one. I was going to do a recorded video, but I thought, let's see what the people are saying. Let's go. And I will give my honest thoughts as always. For better, for worse, I will give my honest thoughts. I hope everyone's good on this Sunday. The next transfer window opens, I think, tomorrow, maybe Monday. Is it tomorrow, the 16th? But the second window will open very soon. And, you know, there's a hell of a lot more business to be done both in and out. As this signing will definitely show, there's a lot more to be done. Slim in the house, man. What's going on? Haven't caught a live in so long, but let's go. Hope you've been well, KJ. I'm good, man. I'm really good. And big up, listen, shout out to William Morrison, Pops, and Nathan Hughes for the super thanks on the last videos, guys. Really appreciate the support on that as well. Noel saying here, the best bit about is that we knew nothing about it. Hopefully they have more lined up and of better quality. Yeah. Summed it up well, Noel. Yeah, we didn't know anything about this one. This wasn't even one I saw on any rumor news sites, anything at all. This has just come out of the blue. So it is good that business is still being done that way. And even speaking to my agent mate, he says that the Premier League is starting to get a little tighter with certain news bits, which isn't really helpful. But you know, in terms of this, he didn't have any idea about this one either. But yeah. We're gonna talk about this one, man. I'm gonna get into a lot of your comments on this one, but I'm gonna give my honest opinion as well, as always. Like I say, for better, for worse. Champs Bro saying here, this is a good addition to the squad for me. Yeah, I think people are along the right lines with this one. But listen, shall we get into it, or shall I wait for a little bit longer? Let me just go for a couple more. Let's go for a couple more. Gavin here saying it's been a while. Great to catch you live. Annabelle saying good free signing as a squad player, in my opinion. You know what it is with these kind of things and the squad player folks, when people say stuff like this, and this isn't going at you, Anna, or anyone else that said it. I'm going to give you all the numbers that this guy has given over the past few years in what people regard as a poor league. And if it was Burnley that was making this signing today, would anyone be saying that's a good signing for Burnley? I just want you to think of it in that way, because whenever we sign somebody, we all do it as well. I do it too, so I'm not free of this. But whenever we sign somebody, you always try and get the best out of it. When the raw data and information, everything that you see with your eyes is saying, you know what I mean? It's one of those where it's like, if Sunderland was signing this guy, you wouldn't be going, oh man, Sunderland, they've got 17th wrapped up, bro. It's all over. It's all over, man. They've signed an absolute brilliant transfer on a free here. They've killed it. They've absolutely killed it. No one would be saying that. But we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. You know, one of those. Annabelle saying he's been hampered by injuries. We're going to speak about that, Annabelle. But the thing is, as well, with that, Annabelle, what makes you think that's going to stop when he comes here? But listen, we're going to go into this one. We're going to go into this one. Shout out to you, Chris, who's been a member for 15 months. Steven saying, give the guy a chance. Might be better for us than he's been for other teams. Could be a gem. Give it off the bench. Yep. It's all going to come well once he puts on that Leeds shirt. It's just going to all come together, and we're going to turn him into a 25 million forward. I hope we do so. But listen, what I want to say as well, for the simpletons that will come in and say you've been asking for signings, and now we got one. You're not overjoyed. That's simple minds talking. You can look at a signing and look at the pros and cons of it, be objective without just spaffing your load because it's Leeds United have signed somebody. You can also look at the player and go, okay, where does he fit in? And I think I've got a good idea where he fits in. There's some people say it's a backup, and I do agree with that. I think it's going to be the replacement for both Bamford and Joseph. Let me just say that straight off the bat. I don't envision this guy being one of our main forwards, because if he is, then we've got something to talk about. At this point in time, I'm not overly concerned. But if we get to the end of the window and this is one of our main strikers, yeah, then we'll have something to talk about. But listen, let's get into this one. Leeds United did officially announce this one for July 1st. Wolfsburg forward Lukas Nmecha, has agreed to join Leeds United on July 1st, and it will be a 2-year contract. And let's get into the article. Let's get into some of the stuff here. I don't need to read all this, do I? I'm not going to read all this. You don't need me to read all this. You guys can read for the most part, right? Leeds United are delighted to announce Lukas Nmecha has agreed to join the club on an initial 2-year contract when his current deal at Wolfsburg expires. He's played in the last 4 years in the Bundesliga, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't need to read all this. Let's go into some of his quotes. That's more interesting. Let's go into some of his quotes. Because he has spoken to OUTV. So if you want to see that, go onto their site and watch it. Let's have a look here. He spoke exclusively. It's just a great challenge, and I'm excited to get to know the team. I've spoken with the manager many times. So there you go. This definitely does lean into it being a Farke signing, which I think was pretty obvious anyway. I'm excited to play that style of football that they played in the Championship, even in the Premier League. That's where I want to pause. Because that sentence there was the one that made me pause and go, whoa. Because, guys, what I think, him and other signings need to realize is in the Championship, we were ball dominant. I mean, we basically had the ball pretty much all the game, essentially. That's not the way we're going to be playing in the Premier League. And if we're going to try and play that way in the Premier League, we're going to get killed. With this current team, as I should say, well, let me just say this, without further improvements in the squad, if we're going to try and play that way in the Premier League, we're going to get killed every week. But I'm hoping that it's just a case of he's saying this in terms of maybe he's heard something from the recruitment team of saying, we're planning to sign this player's almost agreed to come and everything else like that. But we were very ball heavy and everything else like that in the Championship. If we get to play like that in the Prem, then that will be amazing. Let me just say that here. That will be absolutely brilliant for us, because we'll be in control of most of the games. But I am envisioning that we're going to be a counter-attacking team, someone that's going to have to take, a lot of our chances when we get them in the Premier League. Once again, it's a big jump. But yeah, let's carry on with this one. I saw that there was dominance last season in terms of possession and the goals. I'm an attacking player, so obviously that's exciting for me. Of course, in the Premier League, there's some big boys in where you can't play that all the time. But I think the idea of the manager is to play good football, possession football. That's what I'm used to and what I love doing. I wish we could get going now, but we have a few weeks of pre-season in this article, getting the runs in and all that. But I just can't wait to start training now. So yeah, that's him, and all that good stuff. In terms of new signing bingo and everything else like that. But yeah, going on, this guy used to be a Football Manager wonder kid, and for people that play Football Manager, you'll probably remember him. It would have been nice to have signed his brother Felix. That would have been nice. But I am going to say once again, let me clarify this. I don't think that this is one of the first two strikers for us. I think Bamford, Joseph are going to leave. This guy is going to be the combination of a Bamford and Joseph. And before anyone says we may have kept Joseph, I agree, but football doesn't work like that. Joseph sees himself in a bigger role, wants to leave because he knows he's not going to get much of a look in, and that's why you can't just keep Joseph in the spot, because he doesn't want to stay. In terms of everything that we've been linked with before, I guess this is going to be our promise, David. Guess it's going to be, who was that other 6'5" absolute scrub that some of you guys were trying to convince yourself would have been good? I can't even remember his name. Oh, yes, I can, because he's named after a hockey trophy. Selke. Yeah, I think this is going to be our alternative kind of striker that gives us something a little bit different up front when the game calls for it. In terms of his goal scoring record, it is appalling, though. We're not doing that to Crouchy, Ryan, because Crouchy could score goals. He was a bagsman, he was a hitter. But I do think it's one of those where it's going to be, if we are able to change it up a bit, go 2 up front, maybe give us our main striker and this guy to be that battering ram up front, then maybe it goes like that. Maybe if we're chasing the game, chasing a point nearer to the end, he comes on. Because I got to say, his record over the last few years, guys, it doesn't matter which way you want to dress it up, just because he signed for Leeds United, it doesn't cloud that. That doesn't do nothing for me. His goal scoring record is appalling. And here we are with it. Just from Wolfsburg alone. And this is in the Bundesliga, people, where high line is king. And listen, I didn't go back further than this season in terms of his appearance, what they were. But last season alone, it was 3 matches started and 16 as subs. So the 19 matches are a bunch of sub appearances, which is why I believe he'll be happy in the role that he'll be given. And Slim here saying here, if this was anything other than a 3, I'd be really disappointed. Yeah, I'm with that, Slim. Yeah, like I say, for me, I've got no problems with it at this stage of the window, because I do think it is a squad signing, and we will need to fill up the squad with frees, with loans. Every player is not going to be an 8, 10, 20 million pound player, not on our first year back. That's just unrealistic. But if he's one of the main strikers, oh boy, oh brother, yeah. But listen, his goal scoring record in the Bundesliga is not good. Okay, and I'm going to get into the reason why some of these matches are so low. But you're talking about a player that scored 4 goals over in the last 2 years. He comes on and does very little, and it's very interesting for me. And again, just not digging anyone out, but for the people that are going to be saying this is a good signing, these are probably the same people that saying Joseph wasn't good enough and needs to leave. Joseph probably did the same thing in the championship for us last season. Didn't get many goals, but he was certainly effective in certain games. And I guess that's what we're going to be hoping for from this player to complement our first choice 2 strikers that we'll have at the club. So this was his goals at Wolfsburg. He last played for Germany in 21-22 season. That was a very long time ago. He also had some loan stints early in his career, and I guess you can't really count these. These are very old, but they weren't very good. He was at Middlesbrough for 1 stint, 11 matches, no goals. Preston, 41 matches and 9 goal involvements, which is 4 goals for him. It's not pretty. The only thing is, the reason why some of his years are so low in terms of games played is because he's an injury risk. He's an absolute health bomb. And just going by the last couple of years alone, 24-25, a couple of stints out due to adductor pains, 23-24 fitness issues, hamstring issues, knee injury, 22-23 knee problems, which seem to be very reoccurring. So it's one of these again where it's your hope. This is a low risk, and you want medium to high rewards, because you shouldn't be expecting a whole lot of this from this signing. If we're being honest, if this guy clears 5 goals next season, it's a bonus, because he doesn't really do that in the Bundesliga. So it's one of these now where we're trying to fill up the spaces with some experience, which he definitely has, some unknown potential that's got the potential to be better than what we're seeing right now. But if it goes the way that his career has gone, which you can't mask up, you can't just go, he signed for Leeds United now, all that's in the past. His past says that he's going to be injured a bit. He's not going to score a lot, but you're going to hope that he can come up with the goods in at least 1 out of every 6 games. Yeah. David here saying low risk and low grade. Yep, let me just see this. Chris in the house. I know where this is going, Chris, before I even read it. I've just clicked off it. My bad, Chris. Vardy on a free is better than this guy on a free. Even as a free, this is disappointing, and I get that. I understand that, Chris. It's nothing that we're going to be popping the old super malts over. But you just have to hope with everything else that the rest of the recruitment is stronger than this. But as a third choice striker, people, there's not really much to complain about, is there? Not really yeah, not really much to complain about in terms of the third choice. If we're talking one of our main options, then there's more of a conversation to be had, in my opinion. Michael, and I've seen this a lot as well, Michael. KG, similar to Solomon with his injury record. Yeah, there's anomalies for everything. No, Solomon, the fact that he played so many games was absolutely amazing. But again, it doesn't mean that every signing is going to be that. Sometimes there's the exception to the rule, and Solomon could be that for us, and hopefully in his career. But yeah, it's not every injury-prone player is going to be. But remember, Solomon, it just doesn't work like that. Pete saying here, it's horses for courses. There'll be situations where this guy does a better job than Peru. It's situational. We shall see. Stephen here asking, what the hell are we getting this guy in for? Well, if Bamford does leave, we're going to need someone to take up that treatment room. No, I'm just joking here. Jasby saying here we go, doing a Leedsy, collecting more broken players. We love it at Leeds. It's like going to the shops, getting a bag of broken biscuits. Yeah, I understand it. I absolutely understand it in terms of that. He is a broken player. You can't get away from that. But Hopefully, the recruitment team, the medical team, have seen something in him where he will be a capable member of the team. That's all we can hope for from this one, in my opinion. Chris is saying profile wise, big, strong, and quick. He fits the bill as a third choice on a free, slow risk. MJ Slim as well saying here, yeah, absolutely. I trust the 49ers recruitment, but not every signing can be a star. Yeah, we're not going to get many stars anyway, Slim. And I think that would be pretty obvious as the window goes on, possibly. I just saw, I know I keep mentioning it, but Bacharina going to Como for 17 million euros over the duration of his contract. That's the kind of signing we should have been in for. But he's spoken to Cesc Fabregas and he knows what's up. He's going Serie A. Cesc Fabregas, you want to learn from a world-class midfielder with a modern-day coaching style. That's where you're going to go. And I just feel like, yeah, we're just going to have to rely on the Premier League pool and Leeds United being Leeds United, and hopefully we get in some real good players. Yeah, a lot of people saying the same kind of thing here. McAllister's here saying low risk signing, not too good, not too bad. I don't agree with the not too bad. I don't agree with that, because his goal scoring record tells me he's not a very good finisher. That's got to be the main thing as a striker. Yeah, hold up play and everything else. We'll have goal scoring wingers, which will be the strength of the team, of course. But yeah, you can't really say he's a good striker. I mean, honestly, if we were looking at this, and if I brought this up as a Sunderland sign or Burnley, all the people saying this would be saying, "What are they doing?" It's one of those, though, isn't it? Yeah, we will get better. We will get better, Stephen. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it, man. I'm sure of it. Yeah, absolutely, Michael. Yeah, but Joseph and Bamford won't be staying. Yeah, they won't be staying, especially Joseph. He's not staying for sure. Yeah, that was his best season at Anderlecht. Yeah, definitely. And then it hasn't gone well for him from there. Doesn't matter what his wages are, Diggler. The club have already sorted it. So again, wages aren't really anything to do with us. It's more of what the club. If he's obviously not that expensive to be a third choice striker, so all of that stuff doesn't matter. The club will know where they stand with PSR wages and what's going to be coming in, going out as well, which is most important as well, because we do need to move on a few squad players for actual cash. You know what I mean? We need some actual cash coming in for some of those players that won't be with us next season. And we're getting more rumors now of like Brendan Aronson possibly moving on. See how much he goes for. That would be good to go against the Bucks and move in 2 new number 10s in that position. We're going to need an overhaul in that position for me. And of course, the left back. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Let's see. There's a super chat here. Let me see. Slim in the house. Okay, Slim again with the super chat, though, saying for our first signing, hopefully high quality ones to come. Absolutely. Yeah. Annabelle saying, yeah, homegrown player, yeah, Man City Academy and all that stuff. Yeah. I think he will count as homegrown. I'm pretty sure he will count as homegrown. You know what? I think you're right, actually. I think you're right. Cola Virus here saying Muniz has been the best striker link so far for me. Yeah, out of the ones we've been actually linked with, not for ones for me that I've come up with myself. But yeah, if you're talking about links to strikers, yeah, he's clearing away the better one. But Fulham, they've slapped that 50 million price tag on him for a reason. He's got a year left on his deal. They obviously want to keep him as a backup to Raul Jimenez, when I completely get it. But yeah, Muniz would, for me, he fits the bill like completely. And that's a guy there. When you're talking about making the most of the opportunities, he got 8 goals and he was sub in over 20 games, I think, for Fulham last year. That's how you make the most of your opportunities, man. Yeah, Ryan, that hamstring injury, 213 days. Yeah, he does. He does have problems with his legs, and that's what I'm saying. In terms of his fitness, just don't expect much. But if he manages to stay fit, hey, it's a plus, isn't it? And I think that's what the club are banking on with this signing, man. So yeah, I mean, we seem to be getting the same kind of thoughts and feelings in regards to this. It's kind of underwhelming, but good as a squad option. Some saying that he's absolutely not good enough, which again I understand too. But yeah, I'm with the squad option, the third choice one. Yeah. There we go. Paul, member of the channel here, saying this lad has treatment room written all over him just from training. Yeah. Hans here saying here, or Hans, I should say, New signing looks good. On a free transfer, it's decent. If it weren't that, it would be less positive. Yeah, I agree with that. Can't be paying a fee for this kind of player. Absolutely not. But as a free, let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. But what I will say to people is I wouldn't watch any compilation videos, because if the highlight videos, what they've put together, are at his best, don't watch. Don't watch. Let's go with a fresh, set of eyes in the summer, when he plays in preseason, all that, and go from there. Because the compilations for me didn't do him any favors. Tim, he's saying give the guy a chance. Always give people a chance, Tim. But this kind of comment from Tim is what I'm talking about in terms of, and sorry to say it, Tim, it's a simple comment to make. You'll always get backing when you're playing, always going to back you. But you have to look at every signing individually. Otherwise, what's the point in doing this? What's the point in going back up to the Premier League? If you're going to sign, let's just say we signed another 5 or 6 of these, we're getting relegated. And that's the cold, hard facts of it. But if he is just someone that is going to be a squad option, cool. That's it. That's it. Ryan here saying, just promise me you won't close the channel if we sign Longstaff next. That's tremendous. That's tremendous. Jonathan, what I mean, hey. I'm not even going to put that one up. I'm not even going to put that one up. So, yeah, let's see what the poll's saying. Because I did put up a poll. Shall I just end this now? Yeah, because there's pretty much the same comments coming through now. Like I say, I'm going to try not to waffle on too much in these anymore, because people do seem to like the shorter kind of videos now. I've ended the poll and it's disappeared. Where you gone? Well, awesome. Ended the poll and it's disappeared, lads. You know what I mean? Here it is. Happy with the signing. Yes, as a squad player, 51%. Yes, 18. Underwhelming, 18%. This is the German Bamford, 11%. So there you go. But yeah. So yeah, here we are. Michael, you're saying, KJ, remember you said our first through the door should be a statement signing? Yeah, I did. That would have been nice, just to set the tone for future players to come in, because when you sign one quality player, others do follow. That's just the nature of football. Players look to see where players are going and see what you're trying to sign. It's not a statement signing, that's clear, but it's a squad filler. So there we are. I'm not in charge of signings though, Michael. I'm just giving an opinion as a fan. That's it, really. Peter saying squad option, Farker doesn't use a squad. Okay, yeah. But yeah, there we go. That's it. Let's just finish it there. A lot of the same comments coming through, but yeah, put your thoughts in the comment section below, people. Like the video if you will as well before you leave. And yeah, we'll see what comes next, people. We'll see what comes next. Hopefully something that really gets us off our seats, something really exciting. But yeah, squad option player, welcome to the club. Hopefully it goes well. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.